The quantum sensors aboard the Lunar Defense Station picked up the anomaly first. Dr. Sarah Chen stared at the readings in disbelief as space itself seemed to tear open at the edge of the solar system. What emerged from the rift would forever change humanity's place in the cosmos. The year was 2157, and humanity had just established its first extrasolar colonies on Proxima and New Eden. The colonies were thriving, and Earth's unified government, the global coalition, had achieved unprecedented peace and technological advancement. But no one was prepared for what happened next. Massive ships, each the size of a small city, emerged from the spatial tear. Their hulls absorbed light rather than reflected it, creating an unsettling void against the star-filled background. Dr. Chen's hands trembled as she activated the emergency broadcast system, knowing these ships matched no known human design. This is Lunar Defense Station Alpha to all coalition forces. Unknown vessels detected. Numbers exceeding 300 capital ships. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. The response was immediate. General Marcus Santos, commander of Earth's defense forces, ordered all military vessels to battle stations. But the aliens struck first. Their weapons were beyond anything humanity had ever encountered. Beams of concentrated dark matter that simply erased whatever they touched from existence. The Proxima colony was the first to fall. 10,000 colonists, gone in an instant. New Eden followed shortly after. The global coalition's fledgling navy fought back with everything they had. But their most powerful weapons barely scratched the alien vessels' hulls. On Earth, Dr. Chen worked frantically with her team to analyze the alien technology. Every scrap of data could be crucial to humanity's survival. As she studied the sensor readings, she noticed something peculiar about the dark matter weapons. "There's a pattern here," she muttered, her eyes fixed on the quantum fluctuations. "They're not just weapons. They're creating micro-wormholes. The matter isn't being destroyed. It's being transported somewhere." But before she could investigate further, the Lunar Defense Station's proximity alarms blared. A smaller alien vessel had broken through Earth's defensive line. Dr. Chen grabbed the station's hard drives and ran for the evacuation pods, but she wasn't fast enough. The last thing she saw was a beam of absolute darkness approaching the station. General Santos watched from his underground command center as humanity's first line of defense crumbled. The Lunar Defense Station's destruction left a hole in Earth's sensor network, but more importantly, it took with it some of humanity's brightest minds. "Sir," his aide reported, "we're receiving a transmission from the alien fleet." The holographic display flickered to life, revealing a being that defied human understanding. Its form seemed to shift and flow, as if it existed in more dimensions than humans could perceive. When it spoke, its words were translated by an artificial intelligence that seemed to struggle with the concepts. "We are the Arcturus Collective," the being announced. "Your species has been deemed unworthy of ascending. Your resources will be harvested for the greater good of the galaxy. Resistance is inefficient." General Santos clenched his fists. Humanity had faced extinction-level events before. Climate change, nuclear war, artificial intelligence rebellion, and had survived them all. They would survive this too. He turned to his staff. "Get me Project Lazarus. It's time to activate the contingency protocols." Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a facility unknown to all but a handful of people, something stirred to life. The global coalition had always known first contact might be hostile, and they had prepared accordingly. Project Lazarus was humanity's insurance policy, a technological breakthrough so dangerous its very existence had to be kept secret from the public. As the Arcturus collected ships began their systematic bombardment of Earth's major cities, they remained unaware of what lurked in the depths. They had chosen Earth because scans showed a young civilization, barely able to reach their nearest stellar neighbors. They expected an easy conquest. They were wrong. The aliens had made a crucial mistake in their assessment of humanity. They had judged Earth's civilization by its visible technology. its military capabilities, its space presence. What they failed to understand was humanity's greatest weapon, the ability to face impossible odds and still find a way to prevail. As General Santos initiated Project Lazarus, Dr. Chen's final discovery about the dark matter weapons was being transmitted to secure servers worldwide. The data would prove crucial in the coming days, as humanity prepared to show the Arcturus Collective exactly why they should never have underestimated Earth. The fall of Earth's first line of defense was not the end. It was merely the beginning of humanity's greatest test, and their greatest triumph. Project Phoenix arose from the ashes of humanity's initial defeat. In the vast underground complex beneath the Pacific Ocean, Dr. Maya Patel stood before a holographic display of their most closely guarded secret, the quantum entanglement drive. The device represented decades of classified research, a technology that could revolutionize warfare or destroy the planet if improperly handled. 6 weeks had passed since the Arcturus Collective began their invasion. Earth's surface was a wasteland of abandoned cities and dark matter impact craters, but humanity had not surrendered. Instead, they had gone underground, literally and figuratively, transforming subway systems and mining tunnels into a vast network of hidden cities. Dr. Patel's team had been working around the clock, incorporating Dr. Chen's final transmission about the dark matter weapons into their research. The revelation that these weapons created micro-wormholes had changed everything. If they could understand and replicate this technology, they might have a chance at survival. The principle is sound. Dr. Patel explained to General Santos, who had made the treacherous journey to the facility. The Arcturus weapons don't destroy matter. They transport it. But their targeting is imprecise. If we can use our quantum entanglement technology to guide these wormholes. She didn't need to finish the sentence. The implications were clear. They could potentially turn the aliens' own weapons against them. But Project Phoenix was more than just a weapons development program. In another section of the facility, Commander Jack Harper oversaw the training of the Resistance's elite forces. These soldiers were being prepared for something unprecedented, the integration of human consciousness with salvaged alien technology. The neural interface is stable, reported Dr. Kai Chen, Sarah Chen's brother, as he monitored the vital signs of the latest volunteer. The human brain is actually adapting to the alien tech faster than we anticipated. It's almost as if we were meant to use it, Harper finished. The commander had been the first to successfully interface with the salvaged alien systems, and the experience had changed him. He could sense things now that no human should be able to perceive: quantum fluctuations, dark matter currents, the very fabric of space-time. The breakthrough came 3 days later. A team of scavengers had managed to recover an intact alien fighter from a crash site in the Himalayas. As they studied the vessel, they discovered something extraordinary. The alien technology responded to human neural patterns in ways it shouldn't have. "Look at this," Dr. Patel called out, pointing to a series of readings. "The quantum signatures in their tech. They're similar to our own brain waves when we're in a state of intense focus or creativity. It's like their technology is partially consciousness-based." This discovery led to a radical theory. The Arcturus Collective hadn't attacked Earth because they saw humans as inferior. They had attacked because they recognized humanity's potential and feared it. General Santos ordered the acceleration of Project Phoenix's timeline. They couldn't wait any longer. The collective was systematically stripping Earth's resources, and their harvesting operations were getting closer to the underground facilities. In a sealed chamber deep within the complex, Dr. Patel and her team prepared for their first major test. They had modified the quantum entanglement drive using principles derived from the alien technology. If it worked, they would have a weapon capable of matching the collective's power. "Neural interface online," Dr. Chen announced. "Quantum field stabilizing. Dark matter containment at optimal levels." Commander Harper sat in the control chair, his mind linked to the hybrid human-alien system. Sweat beaded on his forehead as he focused on the target. A decommissioned satellite in low Earth orbit, The air itself seemed to ripple as the device powered up. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, with a flash of darkness that seemed to bend reality itself, the satellite vanished. Seconds later, their sensors detected it reappearing exactly where Harper had intended, in high orbit around Mars. The chamber erupted in cheers, but Dr. Patel remained focused on her readings. What they had created wasn't just a weapon. It was a new form of space travel, one that could give humanity the advantage they desperately needed. As the team celebrated their success, General Santos received an urgent transmission from one of their deep space monitoring stations. The Arcturus Collective was bringing in reinforcements, a fleet 3 times the size of the first. They had achieved their breakthrough, but time was running out. Project Phoenix had given humanity a fighting chance, but to survive, they would need to do more than just match the Collective's technology. They would need to surpass it. In the depths of the facility, Commander Harper disconnected from the neural interface, his mind racing with possibilities. He had seen something during the test, a glimpse of something vast and ancient, hidden in the quantum fabric of space itself. Whatever it was, he had a feeling it would be key to humanity's survival. The real question was, could they unlock its secrets before the Collective's reinforcements arrived? Operation Stormbreaker began in darkness. 12 modified stealth vessels, their hulls incorporating salvaged Arcturus technology, slipped through Earth's debris-filled orbit. Each ship carried a squad of neural interfaced soldiers and one of the newly developed quantum drives. Commander Harper led the fleet from the flagship Shadow of Dawn, his enhanced consciousness monitoring the quantum fluctuations that mark the Collective's patrol routes. All vessels maintain neural silence, Harper transmitted through their secure quantum-entangled communications. Remember your training. Their sensors can detect traditional electronic emissions, but they're blind to our neural networks. The counterstrike had been months in planning. While the Arcturus Collective stripped Earth's surface, humanity had been watching, learning, and preparing. Dr. Patel's breakthrough had given them the means to fight back, but it was Commander Harper's discovery during the quantum drive test that had given them their target. Hidden in the quantum fabric of space, he had detected something massive, a structure of impossible scale orbiting in the dark space between Saturn and its rings. Initial analysis suggested it was ancient, predating both human and Arcturus civilizations. More importantly, it appeared to be the source of the Collective's dark matter technology. Lieutenant Sarah Rodriguez, piloting the Shadow of Dawn, felt her enhanced senses tingle as they approached the outer edges of Saturn's ring system. The neural interface translated the quantum disturbances into something her human mind could comprehend, a symphony of light and energy that painted a picture of the space around them. Contact, she whispered through the neural net. 3 Arcturus capital ships at bearing 047. They're conducting resource transfer operations. Harper acknowledged with a thought. The Collective had been systematically harvesting not just Earth, but the entire solar system. Their massive ships broke down planetary matter into its constituent elements, storing them in ways that defied conventional physics. But now, that same physics-defying technology would be their undoing. Execute Phase 1. Harper commanded. The 12 human vessels synchronized their quantum drives, creating a cascading network of micro-wormholes. To the Arcturus ships, it would appear as random space-time distortions, a common occurrence in the quantum-rich environment around Saturn, but these distortions were anything but random. Dr. Patel, monitoring the operation from Earth, watched as the quantum field measurements matched her predictions perfectly. The resonance pattern is holding, she reported through the quantum link. Their ships are starting to align with the field. This was the crucial moment. The Arcturus Collective's technology relied on precise quantum harmonics. By creating a specific pattern of distortions, the human fleet could essentially hijack their systems, but only for a few seconds. Phase 2. Initiate, Harper ordered. The Shadow of Dawn and its sister ships activated their modified dark matter projectors simultaneously. But instead of firing them as weapons, they used them to establish a quantum connection with the ancient structure Harper had discovered. For a brief moment, every piece of Arcturus technology in range became linked to the mysterious artifact. The effect was immediate and devastating. The 3 Arcturus capital ships froze in space, their quantum systems locked in a feedback loop with the ancient structure. Harper felt a surge of alien consciousness through his neural interface. Confusion, fear, and something else. Recognition. Phase 3. Execute. Lieutenant Rodriguez and the other pilots launched their boarding parties. Teams of neural-enhanced soldiers, their minds interfaced with hybrid combat suits, breached the paralyzed Arcturus vessels. The aliens, so dependent on their quantum technology, were unprepared for physical combat against humans who could match their dimensional perception. But as the boarding action proceeded, Harper's enhanced senses detected something troubling. The ancient structure was responding to their presence, awakening systems that had lain dormant for millennia. Through the quantum link, he received fragments of information, images and concepts that his human mind struggled to process. "Dr. Patel," he transmitted urgently, "are you seeing this? The structure, it's not just a facility. It's some kind of key." "Confirmed," she replied, her voice tense. "The quantum signatures, they're identical to the base patterns we found in both human and Arcturus neural structures. This can't be coincidence." The operation was succeeding beyond their expectations. Within hours, the human forces had captured all 3 Arcturus capital ships, their databases filled with tactical information about the collective's fleet movements and capabilities. But Harper knew they had stumbled onto something far more significant than a military victory. As the boarding teams secured their prizes, Harper directed the Shadow of Dawn closer to the ancient structure. Its surface was covered in patterns that seemed to shift and change as he watched, responding to his neural patterns in ways that seemed impossibly familiar. "General Santos," he transmitted to Earth, "I think we need to reconsider our understanding of this war. The Arcturus Collective. They're not just fighting us for resources. They're fighting to keep us away from this structure. And I'm starting to understand why." Through his neural interface, Harper could sense the truth. Humanity's ability to adapt and interface with both the alien technology and this ancient structure wasn't an accident. Someone, or something, had engineered both humans and the Arcturus species long ago, but for very different purposes. The counterstrike had succeeded, but it had also opened the door to a mystery that would change humanity's understanding of their place in the universe forever. The captured Arcturus ships revealed a truth that shook both humanity and the collective to their core. In a secure chamber beneath Geneva's ruins, holographic displays showed the ancient data recovered from the Saturn structure. General Santos stood with Dr. Patel and Commander Harper as they presented their findings to representatives from Earth's surviving nations, and more surprisingly, 3 defected Arcturus subspecies. The being who called itself Nexus 7, a crystalline entity representing the silicon minds of the Arcturus Collective, spoke first. "Our leaders deceived us. The collective was founded on the premise that we were the chosen inheritors of the precursor legacy. But these findings suggest otherwise." Dr. Patel nodded, manipulating the holographic display to show the complex genetic and quantum patterns they'd discovered. Both humans and Arcturus species show signs of deliberate engineering by this ancient civilization, the precursors. But while they engineered the Arcturus species for stability and technological harmony, they designed humans for adaptation and innovation. The revelation had fractured the collective. 3 of their constituent species, the silicon minds, the quantum weavers, and the void dancers, had broken away, seeking alliance with humanity. They had recognized that the collective's leadership had known this truth all along and had attacked Earth not for resources, but to prevent humanity from discovering their true potential. Commander Harper, his neural enhancements now permanently altered by contact with the precursor structure, shared his insights. The precursors weren't just building civilizations, they were conducting an experiment in evolution. The Arcturus species were designed to maintain and preserve their technology. Humans were designed to surpass it. The diplomatic chamber erupted in discussion, translations flowing seamlessly through quantum-linked interfaces. The Void Dancer representative, a being of pure energy contained within a specialized field, pulsed with agitation. The Collected's high command will not accept this reality, it communicated. They are already mobilizing the loyal species for a final assault. Not just on Earth, but on the Saturn structure itself. They would rather destroy the precursor legacy than see their authority questioned. General Santos activated a tactical display showing fleet movements throughout the solar system. The Collective's main force, nearly 1,000 capital ships, was gathering in the Kuiper Belt. But now, humanity and their new allies had advantages they hadn't possessed before. Dr. Kai Chen, who had been working with the silicon mines to enhance the neural interface technology, presented their latest breakthrough. By combining our neural adaptation capabilities with Arcturus quantum technology, we can achieve what neither of our species could alone: full activation of the precursor systems. The implications were staggering. The Saturn structure wasn't just a repository of advanced technology. It was a control center for a vast network of similar installations throughout the galaxy. The Collective's leadership had discovered this, but had been unable to access most of its functions. They had feared that humans, with their engineered capacity for innovation, would succeed where they had failed. We've confirmed that the structure's quantum core is generating temporal anomalies, Dr. Peddle reported. It's not just a weapon or a database. It's a tool for manipulating the fabric of space-time itself. The precursors were playing with forces that could reshape reality. The Human Arcturus Alliance worked feverishly to prepare for the coming battle. The silicon mines enhanced Earth's quantum communication network, allowing instantaneous coordination across the solar system. The quantum weavers helped modify the captured ships with hybrid technology that could exploit weaknesses in collective vessel designs. The Void Dancers shared their understanding of dark matter physics, enabling more efficient weapons and defenses. But even as they prepared, Commander Harper felt a growing unease through his enhanced perception. The precursor structure was becoming more active, responding to the increased quantum activities in the solar system. Through his neural interface, he caught glimpses of its true purpose and the responsibility that came with it. The precursors didn't just leave us their technology, he announced to the assembled representatives. They left us a choice. The structure isn't just a weapon or a tool, it's a test. How we use it will determine whether we're ready for what comes next. The diplomatic chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. They weren't just fighting for survival anymore. They were fighting for the right to inherit the precursor's legacy and the power to shape the future of the galaxy itself. As the Alliance finalized their battle plans, long-range sensors detected the first wave of the collective fleet entering the solar system. The final conflict was about to begin, and its outcome would determine not just the fate of humanity and their allies, but the future of all sentient life in the galaxy. General Santos looked at the assembled representatives, human and alien alike. We have one chance to prove the precursors right about humanity. Let's make it count. The final battle for humanity's future began in the shadow of Saturn's rings. Earth's hybrid fleet, augmented by their Arcturus allies, faced the approaching collective armada. Commander Harper stood on the bridge of the Shadow of Dawn, his enhanced consciousness linked to both his forces and the ancient precursor structure that had become the key to everything. All vessels, battle formations, he transmitted through the quantum network. The combined human Arcturus fleet moved with perfect coordination, their crews linked through advanced neural interfaces. Lieutenant Rodriguez, at the helm of the Shadow of Dawn, felt the quantum harmonies of thousands of minds working in concert. The collective fleet emerged from their faster-than-light transit in waves, their dark matter weapons already charging. But this time, humanity was ready. Dr. Patel's latest modifications to the quantum drive technology allowed their ships to predict and counter the dark matter attacks, creating defensive wormholes that redirected the devastating energy back into space. "They're targeting the structure," reported a Silicon Mind analyst, its crystalline form pulsing with urgency. Multiple capital ships moving to surround it. Through his neural link, Harper sensed the precursor structure's response to the threat. Ancient systems, dormant for millions of years, began to activate. The structure's quantum core pulsed with energy that rippled through spacetime itself. All forces, execute Operation Legacy, General Santos commanded from Earth. The battle plan they had developed was daring, perhaps insane, but it was their best chance for victory. The human Arcturus fleet split into 3 groups. The Void Dancers led the first wave, their energy-based ships dancing through space in patterns that confused and disrupted the collective's targeting systems. The Silicon Minds coordinated the second wave, their crystalline vessels forming complex geometric formations that amplified their quantum weapons. Harper led the third wave personally, taking the Shadow of Dawn and 12 other ships directly toward the precursor structure. As they approached, the ancient facility's response to their presence grew stronger. Through his enhanced perception, Harper began to understand its true purpose. "Dr. Patel," he transmitted urgently, "the structure. It's not just a weapon or a test. It's a key to the precursor's dimensional gateway network." They didn't vanish. They'd moved their entire civilization to another plane of existence. The battle raged around them as this revelation spread through the neural network. The collective's forces fought with desperate fury, knowing that if humanity gained control of the precursor gateway, their authority over the galaxy would be forever broken. Dark matter beams crisscrossed space, met by quantum countermeasures and temporal distortions. Ships from both sides were caught in the crossfire, their crews fighting not just for survival, but for the future of all sentient life in the galaxy. Lieutenant Rodriguez's enhanced reflexes were pushed to their limit as she guided the Shadow of Dawn through the chaos. "Commander, we're picking up massive energy fluctuations from the structure. Something's happening." Harper felt it through his neural interface. The precursor facility was reaching out, not just to him, but to every enhanced human and allied Arcturus in range. In that moment of connection, he understood the final piece of the puzzle. The precursors didn't leave just to evolve. He broadcast to all forces. They left to give us, all of us, the chance to evolve on our own. This isn't a weapon or a gateway. It's a gift, the key to our own transcendence. As if responding to his understanding, the structure's quantum core pulsed with blinding energy. Time and space seemed to bend around it as ancient mechanisms activated fully for the first time in millions of years. The effect on the battle was immediate and profound. Every ship equipped with hybrid human Arcturus technology found their systems suddenly operating at unprecedented levels. The neural interfaces expanded, linking not just crews but entire vessels into a unified consciousness. Dr. Patel, monitoring from Earth, watched in awe as the quantum readings exceeded anything they had thought possible. "The structure is amplifying our neural network," she reported. "It's not just connecting our technology, it's connecting our consciousness itself." The collective's leadership, seeing their worst fears realized, launched a desperate final assault on the structure. But the combined human Arcturus fleet, now operating as a single unified force, was ready. "All vessels, synchronize quantum drives," Harper commanded. In perfect harmony, hundreds of ships activated their drives simultaneously. The space around Saturn lit up with quantum energy as thousands of micro-wormholes formed, creating a complex web of space-time distortions. The collective fleet found themselves trapped in a quantum maze of their own dark matter weapons, their shots reflected and redirected by the precisely calculated wormhole network. Ship after ship was disabled or destroyed, their crews evacuated by precision, quantum teleportation to waiting prison vessels. As the battle turned decisively in their favor, Harper felt a new sensation through his neural interface, a presence vast and ancient, watching from the higher dimensions the precursors had accessed. "They're still out there," he realized, waiting to see if we'll pass their test, not through victory in battle, but through how we choose to use their legacy. The choice became clear. Instead of destroying the remaining collective forces, the Human-Arcturus Alliance offered them surrender and reconciliation. The knowledge and power of the precursor structure would not be hoarded or used for dominion, but shared among all species ready to take the next step in evolution together. As the fighting ended and the quantum energy dissipated, Earth received its first clear images of the scene around Saturn. The precursor structure glowed with new purpose, its ancient systems fully awakened, but it was no longer just a relic of a long-lost civilization. It had become a symbol of humanity's potential and a gateway to a future where the barriers between species and consciousness itself would fade away. The war was over, but humanity's greatest journey was just beginning. They had not just survived, they had proven themselves worthy of the precursor's legacy. Now, together with their former enemies turned allies, they would explore not just the physical universe, but the very boundaries of existence itself.